Elliot and Gregor, two polar bear twin brothers at Prague Zoo in the Czech Republic, roll in tons of ice to keep themselves cool on scorching summer days. Zookeepers in Prague came up with the idea as the heat wave sweeps across Europe, affecting everyone, including animals. In the first week of July this year, Prague's usually mild summer temperatures soared to 37 degrees Celsius. That is when Prague Zoo came up with the idea of bringing tons of ice to keep Arctic animals cool.
From last year we have this project which is called Ice Zoo, and we sometimes during the days when it's over 30 degrees here in Prague put really huge amount of ice into their enclosure. And when I'm talking about a huge amount, it's usually around 3,000 kilograms of ice just for polar bears. And it's great enrichment for them. It's something new in their enclosure to explore. So they have water whenever they want to use it. They can swim all the year around. They have their own ice maker, which makes ice all day long.
Prague Zoo was established in 1931. It has 7,000 animals from 700 species. On average, 1.4 million people visit Prague Zoo every year. Filip Mašek, spokesperson at Prague Zoo, says keeping hundreds of animals and visitors cool on scorching days is not easy. It takes a good weather forecast and a huge workforce to deliver tons of ice every day.
So usually we order 10 tons of ice for one day. Almost half of it goes to the polar bears. But we also give it to other animals, and not just from the Arctic areas, but we usually tend to choose animals that know snow from their natural habitat. So we chose the European and American bisons, we chose the North American otters, but we have to know it like 2-3 days before, because we have to order this huge amount of ice. Someone has to freeze it, someone has to bring it here, and then we have to distribute it. And that's a job for, 30 people at least.
Despite Prague Zoo's measures to keep animals cool with ice, many visitors say they are concerned about species from colder regions coping with Europe's scorching heat waves.
I think it must be very difficult for them because they are not accustomed for this kind of weather. It's about 30 degrees right now, so I was just wondering how they actually cope with this heat.
Amid the sweltering heat wave, people often ask whether keeping Arctic species in zoos is ethical. But Filip Mašek says having these animals in the Prague Zoo is important to keep them from going extinct.
There is this long tradition of keeping the bears. There's a lot of knowledge also here, and we really need to breed the species because sadly in 2-3 generations the species really can go extinct. So there's this higher purpose sort of, and we are making everything for these animals to feel comfortable.
Filip, Anita and the Prague Zoo visitors hope that the weather across Europe improves and makes it easier, not just for them, but also for the animals, especially for polar bears. For now, Elliot and Gregor can roll and lounge around in tons of ice, as visitors catch a rare glimpse of the vulnerable species.